Respected friends, welcome, salutations. Let's make use of the time given by the Lord to meditate on Him as an abhyasa for this dhyana purvaka 6 activities. As we are doing every day, let us do today also. Veda Parayanam, Dhyanam, common sense thought, Dhyanam, Mantrocharana, Dhyanam, Shanti Mantra, Sankalpa, Dhyanam, उपनिषद मंत्र उच्चारण ध्यानम उपनिषद मंत्र भाष्य सहित अध्ययन ध्यानम इन द उपनिषद श्वेताश्वतर 6th chapter mantras 3-4. In these mantras, having created the jiva jagat ishvara, what next or else the Lord does, that is told, or how the Paramatma himself gets bound by his own kalpita upadhis and becomes jiva, and what he does to again return back to his atmasthiti and get mukta. These things are told, and in that only the lesson is hidden for us that we are that Brahman, the Atman. We are now bound as jiva through the upadhis. We have to know the said techniques, practices, sadhanas, and do them so that we return back to our essential Paramatma identity and get moksha. Good topic. Let us see how much we can carefully listen, understand, digest, retain that knowledge, get inspiration from it, take initiative, start doing sadhana, and stop not till the anubhuti comes. Lokasevakadi Vyaktitwas be always intact in us, and the Anugraha of Parabrahma Ishvara Jagannatha Devata Gana Guru Gana Shastra Gana bhi always with us. May we be in tune with them only, not opposite to them. Yes, let us do the first Dhyanam, Veda Parayanam, Aruna Prashnaha from 21 to 30th mantras. ॐ अथ वेदपारायणम् अरुणप्रश्नः प्रश्नः एकविंशतितममन्त्रादारभ्य ॐ तस्मिन् राजानमदिविश्रयेममिति ते अस्मै सर्वे कश्यपात् ज्योतिर्लभन्ते तान् सोमः कश्यपादधिनिर्धमति भ्रष्टा कर्मकृति वैवं प्राणो जीवानीन्द्रियजीवानि सप्तशीर्षण्याः प्राणाः सूर्या इत्याचार्याः अपश्यमहमेतान् सप्तसूर्यानिति पञ्चकर्णो वात्स्यायनः सप्तकर्णश्च प्लाक्षिः आनुश्रविक एव नौ कश्यप इति उभौ वेदयिते न हि शेकुमिव महामेरुं गन्तुम् अवश्यमहमेतत् सूर्यमण्डलं परिवर्तमानम् गार्ग्यः प्राणत्रातः गच्छन्तमहामेरुम् एकं चाजहतं भ्राजपटरपतङ्गानिहने तिष्ठन्नातपन्थे तस्मादिह तप्त्रितपाः अमुत्रेतरे तस्मादिहातप्त्रितपाः तेषामेषा भवति सप्तशौर्यादिवमनुप्रविष्टाः तानन्वेति पथिभिर्दक्षिणावान् ते अस्मै सर्वे घृतमातपन्ते ऊर्जं दुहाना अनपस्फुरन्त इति सप्तर्त्विजः सूर्या इत्याचार्याः तेषामेषा भवते सप्तदिशो नानासूर्याः सप्तहोतारऋत्विजः देवा आदित्या ये सप्त तेभिः सोमाभिरक्षण इति तदप्याम्नायः दिग्भ्राजऋतो न करोते एतयैवावृता सहस्रसूर्यताया इति वैशम्पायनः तस्यैषा भवते यद्याव इन्द्रते शतगं शतभूमिः हुतस्युः नत्वा वज्रिन् सहस्रकं सूर्याः सूर्याः अनुनजातमष्टरोदसी इति नानालिङ्गत्वादृतूनां नानासूर्यत्वम् अष्टौ तु व्यवसिता इति सूर्यमण्डलान्यष्टात ऊर्ध्वं तेषामेषा भवति चित्रं देवानामुदगादनीकम् चक्षुर्मित्रस्य वरुणस्याग्नेः आप्राद्या वा पृथिवी अन्तरिक्षम् सूर्य आत्मा जगतस्तस्तु षश्चेति क्वेदमभ्रन्निविशते क्वायगं संवत्सरो मिथः क्वाहः क्वेयं देवरात्रे क्व मासा ऋतवः श्रिताः अर्धमासा मुहूर्ताः निमेषास्तुटिभिः सह क्वे मा आपो निविशन्ते यदितो यान्ति सम्प्रति काला अप्सु निविशन्ते आपः सूर्ये समाहिताः अभ्राण्यपः प्रपद्यन्ते विद्युत् सूर्ये समाहिता अनवर्णे इमे भूमि इयं चासौ चरोदसे किग्गस्विदत्रान्तरा भूतं येने मे विधृते उभे विष्णुना विधृते भूमि इति वत्सस्य वेदना इरावती धेनुमतिः भूतं सूयवसिनी मनुषे दशस्ये व्यष्टभ्रान्द्रोदसी विष्णवेते दाधर्थं पृथिवीमभितो मयूखैः किं तद्विष्णोर्बलमाहुः का दीप्तिः किं परायणम् एको यद्धारयद्देवः रेजति रोदसी उभे वाताद्विष्णोर्बलमाहुः अक्षराद्दीप्तिरुच्यते त्रिपदाद्धारयद्देवः यद्विष्णोरेकमुत्तमम् अग्नयो वायवश्चैव एतदस्य परायणं पृच्छामि त्वापरं मृत्युम् अवमं मध्यमं च तुं लोकं च पुण्यपापानाम् एतत् पृच्छामि सम्प्रति अमुमाहुः परं मृत्युम् पवमानं तु मध्यमम् अग्निरेवावमो मृत्युः चन्द्रमाश्चतुरुच्यते अनाभोगाः परं मृत्युं पापाः संयन्ति सर्वदा आभोगास्त्वेव संयन्ते यत्र पुण्यकृतो जनाः ततो मध्यममायन्ते चतुमग्निं च सम्प्रदे पृच्छामि त्वापापकृतः यत्र यातयते यमः त्वन्नस्तब्रह्मन् प्रब्रूहि यदि वेत्था सतो गृहान् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति shantihi 30 mantras we chanted. So it has got maybe 133 mantras. So 10 more days. Day D 10 10 10 we'll chant. Friends, in our second meditation, the common sense thought. Today's common sense thought is so direct and so simple that all of us are conscious, and in us, the conscious we, there is Shakti to the power. that Shakti is Ananta. If we never recognize that Shakti, harness the Shakti, and use that Shakti, then it is never harnessed, then recognized, harnessed, and used. If we recognize it, if we harness it, and if we use it, it is recognized, harnessed, and used. That Shakti, that potentialities, invocation, utilization is the main thing consciously we must know, and we must know that we have to do that. Point one, that we are conscious beings, we have the Shakti. Dormant, latent, or invoked and utilized. That Shakti in us expresses in so many hundreds and thousands of ways. To begin with, these three main ways this Shakti expresses. Recognizing these three ways of invocation and utilization of the Shakti, we have to become acutely aware. That are we aware of these Shaktis and in what direction, for what goal or purposes, in what means these Shaktis are utilized. Non positive or positive, destructive or constructive, useful way or useless way, troubling the world or serving the world, doing exactly what is to be done or not, exactly reaching to what we have to reach. For that, we are using those Shaktis or exactly misusing them to reach to that destination which is not called for or wanted or expected. This awareness is the true growth in us, true evolution in us. Then, what are those three ways of the expression of the Shakti? It is the Ichha way of the expression, it is the Jnana way of expression, and it is Kriya way of expression of that Shakti. So, the Ichha Shakti we all have, the Jnana Shakti we all have, the Kriya Shakti we all have. Are we invoking it or not? If we are invoking these three Shaktis, for what purpose we are utilizing them? Become conscious of it and see if they are misused, wrongly used. Know that they become catastrophic, they become cause of the destruction. If they are rightly utilized, they can help us for the highest achievements. And this search for the Shakti, utilization of that Shakti, is the continuous process of even the science also. Isn't it? We have discovered the Vidyut Shakti, we have discovered the Thermo Shakti, the water, and then that Hydro Shakti, the water, the thermal powers. Then nowadays, the Saura Shakti we are trying to use with the big windmills, the Vayu Shakti we are trying to harness and use, even from the waste material also, how to invoke the Shakti power energy. The experiments are going on, successes are achieved. In the same way, in our particular personal life also, these three Shaktis. Kriya Shakti can express many a times out of many reasons without the Icha and Jnana. Then it is like, uh, what do you call, blindly throwing the arrow. It may or may not hit the target. Instead, if the Kriya Shakti is weighted and utilized as per the earlier two Shaktis, then there are more chances of correct utilization of Kriya Shakti. Then in the other two Shaktis, sometimes this will be first, sometimes the other will be first. Means what? Sometimes the Ichha Shakti will be first. That there in Ichha will be Jagruta in us because of our own sankalpas or because of our own vasanas, samskaras, earlier lives, samskaras. Can be good also, bad also. The Ichha can be Jagruta. Naturally, when the Ichha is Jagruta in us, to possess that Ichita object or position or whatever, how to possess it? That inquiry happens regarding the jnana, isn't it? Once the jnana is pakka, then that jnana is practically done. That is called kriya. Kriya gives us the phala. Sometimes it is the jnana first that somehow we come to know it. Maybe we go to that place incidentally or accidentally, even planned. चलो पहले जाकर देखते हैं क्या है उधर. This is jignasa. This is going there to have the jnanam of what are available there. Jnana Shakti utilized that way. Then having seen and known, then it leads to the Ichha Shakti. That that can be mine. I can buy. I can own it. I can utilize it, etc. That the Ichha can be expressed or created in us. Naturally, after the Ichha, again the Jnana, that how to possess it. So earlier is the Mahima, the Jnana of the presence of that thing, the Jnana of the Mahima of the thing. After that, the Ichha. After Ichha, again the Jnanam as to how to gain it, how to obtain it, how to utilize it. Followed by the Kriya. That the practical using our karmendriyas, our sharira adi to do the respective karma. Then we get the phala of it. Isn't it? Examples any type. The इच्छा जागृत हो जाता है. See, let me have a milk. इच्छा. Then the jnanam, how to make it ready for consuming. Is it there in the refrigerator in the packet to heat it up? Or it is to be brought from outside, bought from outside, ordered from outside, or even order to somebody at home. It can be husband, wife, servant, bache, jo bhi hai. These are all called jnanam. Then actual kriya, take out from the fridge, put it on the stove, make it hot, take it. Or kriya of really ordering online. Or kriya of asking someone, taking the name, servant or husband or anybody or wife. भाई थोड़ा दूध या चाय पीनी है तो थोड़ा दे दो. Then that is arrived, the phala of that kriya, then we indulge in it. Example is given. Now, the main discussion today is what? Are these three Shaktis fully dormant in us? Then we are at a very tamoguna level. Awakened but utilized for something or many things or everything of the outer world, then all of that is Rajoguna. But the same, these three things in us are given a positive direction, a divine direction. Then they help us first to evolve, grow, and they help in turn the world too. And in this human life of ours, both ways are recommended by the Lord. What is that? Jagat Hita and leading to Atmodharana. Or Atmodharana subsequently followed by the Jagat Hita. So when you do the Jagat Hita, the Jagat is happy, it will help you. So your Uddharana also happens. Or when you do the Atma Uddharana by your own growing in your various abilities, talents, qualifications, positions, Atma Uddharana हुआ ना, that you became a doctor or lawyer, then Jagad Hitaha, with that particular profession knowledge, you can serve the world. है ना? When these three Shaktis are rightly utilized, these beautiful things happen. Rather, for these great things to happen, when these three Shaktis are utilized, their utilization is right. For that right utilization, when these three Shaktis are brought out, it is always good, better, best. If they are utilized for the wrong purpose, it is better those Shaktis are dormant only in us, non expressive. Because why invoke them and destroy? Like Dhana Shakti. Take out the money to do those things by which I am destroyed and the world is destroyed. Is it better or not taking out that money itself is better? Think, taking out or earning. Or take out the money, use it for the higher good purposes. That's okay. The money is a Shakti. So, in the same way, throughout our life and in our life, for a decade, or in a decade, in an annum, in a year, a month, in a month, a week, in a week, a day, and in a day, throughout the day. What are the jnanams we are collecting from the world? Are they worthy? Because those jnanams have secretly the tendencies of creating the ichhas in us. Once the ichhas are jagrita, we cannot but will act for them, kriya. Then when we do the kriya, the phala you cannot avoid. So how much conscious we are throughout the day in gathering the jnana, isn't it? If we expose our jnana shakti only to know about the bhoga vastus in the world, कंटिन्यूसली हम उसी को देख रहे हैं, जान रहे हैं, है ना? यत जानाति तद इच्छति, यद इच्छति तत् कुरुते, यत कुरुते तत् प्राप्नोति. याद रखो इस प्रिंसिपल को. If we are only exposing to that, today's world is the world of advertisements and the advertising about only the Bhakya Bhoga Vastus. Get more and more jnana about them, then more and more ichhas for them will be created in us. Once in us the desires are growing, becoming stronger, we cannot but use our Kriya Shaktis only for that. Then is there any end to the objects of the world? No. Therefore, is there any end to the desires of the world? No. Therefore, is there any karma ending in this world, worldliness? No. Therefore, can we stop the karma phalas approaching us? All this put together is the Bhranti or samsara or karma chakra or janma marana chakra, whichever the words use, understand the main point. One way is this. Second way is what? If the Ichha Shakti is first, you that is the friendship between the Vasanas, the mind, and the senses. Put together, the Ichhas are made in our Antakarana. There also we have to be aware about. Are these Ichhas, desires, required or not? Righteous or not? Noble or ignoble? Because when the Ichhas are allowed to precipitate in us, it will definitely push us to utilize the Jnana Shakti for that only, wherever we have Ichha. As to how to fulfill those Ichhas or desires. Once these two are strong, Ichha Shakti and Jnana Shakti, the Kriya Shakti cannot but will be directed as earlier towards that only. Again, what we get after doing the karma, we cannot control. फल तो आ ही जाता. Therefore, throughout the day, which is nothing but the play of these three Shaktis only, what's happening in my life. किसका ज्ञान पा रहा हूं, किसका इच्छा कर रहा हूं, कौन सा कर्म कर रहा हूं, या किसका इच्छा कर रहा हूं, किसका ज्ञान पा रहा हूं, क्या कर रहा हूं दिन भर में. That decides what I am going to get. Principle is told. Possibility of application of it also is told. The two directions. The Icha Jnana Kriya Shaktis can be utilized to gain the temporary things of the world and continue because they are temporary. The invocation, misusing of these Shaktis keep on happening. Samsara. Or all these three can be utilized for seeking the eternal permanent also. Here we just now spend only half a minute, 1 minute to discuss or say that therefore the jnana about Paramatma Tattva only keep on gaining as we are doing it through our classes. And see to it that the gained jnana of the Paramarthika invoking the ichha in us to obtain that Paramarthika Anubhuti. So I am developing or strengthening the knowledge about the reality. I am strengthening my Atmecha, Shubhecha, day in and day out. When these two are strong, all our Kriya Shaktis will be utilized as a sadhana for that Atma Prapti only. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, all of them are Kriya Shaktis. They will be utilized for the Atma Prapti because that is what is our Ichha and that is what is the Jnanam. Or the other way around is Atmecha Vyavasiyatam, Ichha for the Shashwata Atma Vastu, Parabrahma Vastu. Make it stronger and stronger. And see to it that it is followed by the Jnana as to where is this Atma Vastu available, how it is obtained, what are the Yogyatas. Use that Jnana Shakti to know these things, Vaya. Isn't it? How much Jnana Shakti we have? Infinite. But a part of it only is invoked, and with that we only use it for knowing the Maya Kalpita objects of the Jagat only Dinbar. And that Ichha only is Jagruta in me, and I am samsari working. Only for them throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year, throughout the decade, throughout the life and lives together. So my own these three Shaktis which are given for me, instead of using them for the mukti, I am misusing them for bandhanam. Let me realize it. All these three Shaktis should be utilized only for Paramatma Prapti. In that, the Jnana sadhana के लिए, भक्ति साधना के लिए, योग साधना के लिए, कर्म योग के लिए, बस. Not even an ounce of these Shaktis are used for anything else, then they are misused. Like the water scarcity when it is there, every drop is conserved and rightly utilized. Electricity scarcity hai, or the money scarcity we have. Every pie is accounted, isn't it? We won't misuse even a rupee. सवाल ही नहीं उठता. In the same way, I will not misguide, misdirect my Jnana Shakti by using it to know the unwanted things of the world. I will not misguide my Ichha Shakti, that I have Ichhas only for the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandha Bhoga Adi of the world or Artha Kama of the world. No. So too I will be very conscious to guide direct my Jnana Shakti to know about the substratum, the reality, the truth. And I will also direct consciously my Ichha Shakti only to have desire for this. Thus, throughout the day, I am in the active dynamic kriya of fulfilling my ichha of the adhyatmic pragati, paramatma prapti. See that? What's wrong if this knowledge is heard, if it is thought over, if it is understood, if it's accepted, and accordingly we put our efforts to mold ourselves, called as sadhana, the struggle. How beautiful it is, है ना? हर दिन हमारे मन में परमात्मा प्राप्ति की कामना ही है, और कुछ नहीं। और दिन भर how to obtain that Paramatma, that jnanam we are gaining through Shravana ityadi of Upanishads. And we have become intelligent to plan well, to find time in our day schedule to do the kriyas, the sadhanas, whichever are recommended to reach to that goal. करते जाए तो क्यों वो वाला ज्ञान सफल नहीं होगा, क्यों वो इच्छा सफल नहीं होगा, क्यों वो क्रिया या कर्म या साधना सफल नहीं होगा, और उसके द्वारा क्यों हमारा परमात्मा अनुभव नहीं मिलेगा, और क्यों हमारा जन्म सफल नहीं होगा. थिंक. And every day, because of our non clarity, because of our own inner habits or misguidances, added to it from the outside also continuous misinformation, misguidance, wrong inspiration, we are misusing all these beautiful powers only to destroy ourselves. You know, there are many other Shaktis, the Vak Shakti, the Indriya Shakti. शक्तियां तो फिर बहुत सारे, हर एक का दुरुपयोग होता है, सदुपयोग होता है. Everything is Shakti in this world. You know, the Dhana Shakti, the Jana Shakti, the Vak Shakti, the Sankalpa Shakti, the ability Shakti, the talent Shakti, the family Shakti, the friends Shakti, the Prakriti Shakti, the government Shakti, all of them are powers only. They can be misused or right used. So this topic some other day we'll see, but today we have focused on these three. The Jnana Shakti of the Buddhi, the Ichha Shakti of the Mana, the Kriya Shakti of the Dehendriyas. May we be wise enough to utilize them positively. Okay, think about it little more. Thank you, friends. In our today's Mantrocharana, as said yesterday, the grahas are done. One graha is missed out for whatever reason, and that is the Bhumata herself, on which we stand. So today, recognizing the beauty of this Bhumata, divinity, glory of her, and like the mother or mother only, directly she is supporting us to stand. She is the one because of which all Jala, Agni, Bhojana, ityadi are available to us. If the Prithvi were not to be there, where do we stand? Prithvi, Dev, all grahas are male. Only Bhumi we call as mother, Bhumata, Prithvi Mata. Therefore, there are Bhu Suktams in our Vedas, Prithvi Upasana mantras in Vedas, and so many Katha where the Prithvi becomes so happy when she finds a great saint walking on her. Whenever Bhagavan comes, Avatara, the first one to become happy is Mata Prithvi because she says, the Lord is walking on me. पुलकित हो जाती है. Sanatha cha iyam bhuhu bhavati. The bhu becomes sanat. So too that same Prithvi becomes dukhi, akroshita, when the dushtas, the rakshasas, the papi, the adharmic people grow in number. Then we see in Puranas that Bhumata has goes to Brahmadeva, praise to him. And Both of them go again to Narayana to pray. Narayana then comes as an avatar and redeems Bhumata of that bharam. We see that. They all have to be heard, understood correctly. So, our thanks to Bhumata, and we will not become bhoj to her. Rather, we make the Bhumatma Pulakita with our noble endeavors, with our right way of living. So, the recognition of Bhumata's contribution in our life, acknowledging it, expressing our gratitude, praying to her to protect us always, and ourselves to become aware of that Bhumata and be carefully dealing with her. Isn't it nowadays? For the sake of buildings, constructions, or even to take out all the resources like petrol and all, इतना खननम of भूमाता is happening. वे पहाड़ वगैरह तोड़ते हैं, जंगल वगैरह तोड़ते हैं, है ना, डिफॉरेस्टेशन. That we are really troubling Bhumata. That is why in the last 20, 30, 40 years, if you see, both bhuschalanams and bhukampanams are happening in so many places in a big way too. The landslides and earthquakes. Almost somewhere or the other, we listen to a news every week. है कि नहीं? So, Mother Earth with full devotion. भूमिर्भूम्नाद्यौर्वर्णांतरिक्षम, ऐसा भू सूक्तम इज देयर, वो कभी आप सीख लेना, करेंगे हम. बट टुडे तो सिंपल मंत्र. इट इज सेड अर्ली मॉर्निंग व्हेन वी वेक अप, बिफोर वी पुट आवर फीट ऑन मदर भूमि, we ask her for forgiveness and permission to walk on her. I'm like your child, oh mother, there's no way for me. I have to put my feet and walk on you. Please, Kshama Karo. This is the mantra today. This is the mantra, but through the mantra, we are giving, through the chanting of mantra, we are giving time to ourselves to recognize the contribution of Bhumata in our life, acknowledging gratitudes and Kshama Guna, Kshama Yachana and prayer also. Feel that. And in many places, Kshamaya Dharitri, like Bhumata, we should have the patience. Isn't it? She allows us to stand, she supports us, she gives us all resources, and she forgives us also, for we walk on her. ऐसे महान क्षमा एंड क्षमा. क्षमा इज फॉरगिवनेस, क्षमा इज पेशेंस. जितने पृथ्वी पे है और किसी पे नहीं. क्षमया धरित्री. Right? The mantra is Om Samudravasane Devi Parvatastana Vishnupatni Namastubhyam Padasvarasham Kshamasvame. This is the mantra. It has a literal meaning. Through that meaning, that extended bhavana of gratitudes, asking for forgiveness, and asking to bless us, support us. Sara add karo. So, who is this Bhumata? Samudra Vasane. For whom the Samudras, the four Sagaras, Chatusagaras, around her are the Vasana, Vastra. Parvatas Tanamandale, the entire Parvatas are the Stanamandala for the Bhumata, from where the Kshira for all of us to survive comes, because it is the Parvatas both give us water through glaciers and also water through stopping the clouds. Isn't it? पर्वत नहीं होते तो हमें पानी नहीं होता, पानी नहीं होता तो जीवन नहीं होता. So these parvatas are the Jivana giving Stana Mandala of that mother Bhumata. And she is Vishnu Patni. It is the Sthira Asti of Bhagavan. Lakshmi Devi is said to be the Chara Asti. Sri Devi, Bhudevi, it's called. To Vishnu Patni. Namaha Tubhyam. Salutations to you. Padasparsham Kshamasvame. This my touching you with my feet because I have to walk throughout the day. Please, Kshamasva, forgive me. Take me as your child and see that my stay on you is good for you, good for others, good for me too. And add as many prayers as you can. Start. Om Samudravasane Devi Parvatastana Mandale Vishnupatni Namastubhyam Padasparsham Kshamasvame Om Samudravasane Devi Parvatastana Mandale Vishnupatni Namastubhyam Padasparsham Kshamasvame ॐ समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले विष्णुपत्नि नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे ॐ समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले विष्णुपत्नि नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे ॐ समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले विष्णुपत्नि नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे ॐ समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले विष्णुपत्नि नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे ॐ समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले विष्णुपत्नि नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे ॐ समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले विष्णुपत्नि नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे ॐ समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले विष्णुपत्नि नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे ॐ समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले विष्णुपत्नि नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे ॐ समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले विष्णुपत्नि नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे ॐ समुद्रवसने देवी पर्वतस्तनमण्डले विष्णुपत्नि नमस्तुभ्यं पादस्पर्शं क्षमस्व मे मदर अर्थ ऐसा मत चलो छटक पटक की वी आर केयरलेस रफ एंड हर्टिंग हर so to for our bhoga for the resources let us not trouble mother through the khananam the digging etc. Third, Bhumata loves to have pure waters on her, therefore, don't pollute the rivers. Bhumata is very happy when the trees and forests are on her, therefore, stop deforestation, have all as much greenery as possible. Bhumata is happy when all the Jiva Koti are dharmic and mumukshu. Let us become so and promote dharma and moksha. Bhumata will be pulakita when such jivas are there on her. And Bhumata will be happy when the rishis, the munis, the devatas walk on her, and when the Narayana himself comes, she is highly pleased. So invoke Narayana, become a rishi muni, become mumukshu, dharmika, and live well on the earth, giving fulfillment to Mother Bhumata. Not just words they can be taken very sincerely, seriously. Thank you. Om, 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu. ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वम् ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यम् ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानाम् ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ॐ भव एव भवानिति मे नितराम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदम् ॐ परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मत् गुरुभ्यो नमः श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः सङ्कल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्व आध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां निरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिव कृष्णादिमन्दिरादीनां पुनरवाप्तितेषु निरन्तरशास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुविघ्नसमूलनिर्मूलन पूर्वकभारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकैन्दव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्षपुरुषार्थानां सुसम्प्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थमस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रतिभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थं कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्यशङ्कर भाषसमेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं पारायणं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ॐ नित्यानन्दनिराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ॐ पारायणम् अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः। Sixth chapter, let us do the chanting. ॐ अथ षष्ठोऽध्यायः स्वभावमेके कवयो वदन्ति कालं तथान्ये परिमुख्यमानाः देवस्यैष महिमा तु लोके येनेदं भ्राम्यते ब्रह्मचक्रं येनावृतं नित्यमिदं हि सर्वं ज्ञः कालकारो गुणी सर्वविद्यः तेनेशितं कर्म विवर्ततेह पृथिव्याप्तेजो निलखानि चिन्त्यं तत्कर्म कृत्वा विनिवर्त्य भूयः तत्त्वस्य तत्त्वेन समेत्य योगम् एकेन द्वाभ्यां त्रिभिरष्टभिर्वा कालेन चैवात्मगुणैश्च सूक्ष्मैः. Saramsha of the entire Shastra Jnanam, Vedanta Jnanam, Bandhamoksha Jnanam, Sadhana Jnanam. In these mantras, if we are matured enough, subtle enough to listen, contemplate, understand. Coming to the level of listening and trying to understand Upanishads is a very appreciable state. And really able to understand this adhya sadhana is a really higher and greater. And with all clarity, without any ambiguity, when we are pursuing consciously sadhana, every moment, even feeling that we are approaching towards the sadhya vastu, that life is really highest. And in the conclusion, the sadhanas concluded, the sadhya is experienced and one is established in it, the life is fulfilled. And all these subtle things be understood by our Shuddha Sattva Guna Buddhi and retained by it, and we find meaning in it to pursue and fulfillment in it having pursued. And let our vasanas, extrovertedness, no more trouble us by making us give importance to other world and outer world and samsara as if it is real. May our antakarana be always sukshma to understand and accept these higher divine spiritual possibilities. है ना, संकल्प करना पड़ता है, रुक कर सोचना पड़ता है, समझना पड़ता है। ऐसा ऐसा कुछ जस्ट लाइक दैट नहीं होता कुछ भी किए बिना, और करोगे तो सब कुछ होता है। ओके, so the first mantra was Swabhava is the hetu of this jagat. Many people say Kala, some people say. All of those people are not deep in their understanding. And what is it? Deva Sesha Mahima. It is the Mahima of the Deva, the Paramatma. That the entire Vishwa, which is called as here Brahma Chakra Brahmyate. So Paramatma and his Mahima, because of his Mahima or Shakti, the entire Srishti Sthiti Laya are happening. Don't see the world and world's happenings and get enchanted, mesmerized. See the Shakti which is making all these happen in the world. See the Shaktiman, the Parameshwara, to whom that Shakti belongs. That's the meaning of first mantra. In the second mantra, the Swarupa of Paramatma is said to us with 6-7 words. We have seen it. Yenavrutam Vishwamidam Hi Sarvam. Second, Gnyaha. Third, Kalakaraha. Fourth, Guni. Fifth, Sarvavit. Sixth was Teneshitam Prithvi Ap Tejo Anilakhani Karma Vivartate. Six Sarupa Lakshanas or Lakshanas of Paramatma told for us to lift our intellect in that direction, trying to make a concept and idea about that Paramatma. Then, in the pursuit of that, the pursuer, the pursuit, the intellect, all of them merge in the direct personal experience that that which I am pursuing is me only. This is what is to be uh, चिंत्यम. इसको सुनकर इसका चिंतन करो. Chintyam is such a word. Before that, Shravanam and Adhyanam Kartavya. And Chintyam is such a word that after the Chintyam, when the understanding comes, Nididhyasanam Anubhavam Anubhavanishtha Praptavya. Chintyam is central, but main thing. But to do the Chintana, you have to have data. Data comes to you when you listen and study. So the Chintyam should lead to the knowledge. Knowledge is never useful unless it is practical. So here is Chintyam about Paramatma Tattva. Knowledge is of Paramatma Tattva. Then sadhana and anubhuti is also of Paramatma Tattva. Then moksha. So by saying one word Chintyam, the Shravanam, Adhyanam, Mananam Chintyam, then the required sadhanas and anubhuti. All are mentioned. Of what? Not the Jagat which we are already having, but of the Adhisthana Brahman. Seek that, desire it, try for that. And to begin with, first believe that there is the Sthula Sukshma Karana Atita Sarva Adhisthana Rupa Sarva Vyapaka Sadrupa Chidrupa Satya Brahma Vastu is very much there. And that I am. And that alone is real. When we are mesmerized by the serpent which we have projected, we disbelieve the presence of the rope. Somebody who has seen the rope tell us that there is a rope. We have to believe in that. Then in the pursuit of this rope, the snake disappears. The snake was so real and conspicuous, the rope was never seen. So too, the Brahman, the reality is never told and never seen in its place. The Sarpasthaniya, entire Jagat is projected and taken as real. To believe first that Rajusthaniya Brahman is there. Pursue it. And when you see it en route only, The Sarpa with all its samsara go away. The Jiva Jagatishwara, these three are samsara. They just go away. And one point is one, because of familiarity with the Upadhi Tadatma Jivana, it appears to be comfortable. Because of the non familiarity of being with the self, it appears to be somewhat doubtable, questionable, and discomfort. That also a shackle we have to break. That breakthrough also we have to gain intellectually through the study of Upanishads, through the study of Purana Itihasa, where the glory of those who have broken this barrier and reached the Brahman is explained. That should inspire us that yes, in the prapti of that Brahmanubhuti is more liberation. And in this so called familiar life lived as Upadhyukta Jiva, there is always bandhana and samsara. That point has to be crystal clearly understood. Then only we are ready to give up this and take up that. That Rama has already done in Yoga Vasishta Ramayana in the Mumukshu Vivahara and Vairagya Prakarana we have seen. Therefore, how to reach to that Brahman? The Vasishtaji is guiding us in the evening class. Okay. Chintyam is the word we have explained today satisfactorily, contentfully. Chintyam is Shrotavyam, Adhyaitavyam, then Chintyam. Chintyam is Jnatavyam, Sadhana Kartavyam, then Anubhoktavyam or Praptavyam, the Brahman. And if you do Chintana, in that deep Chintana only, the understanding about the presence of Paramatma everywhere as substratum is revealed. If the Chintana is not done, then mind with its projections, senses with its perceptions, think what is projected, what is perceived, alone as real. When you think, we can see, like scientists think, it's a jnana. That's why what's behind this world, continuously they are able to recognize. हर दिन कारणान्वेषण से उनको कारण क्या है पता चल ही रहा है. कारण alone is in the form of karya. The Brahman is karana, Jagat is karya. Brahman alone is reality. Mud is karana, pot is karya. The pot alone is pot, mud alone is real. Not the pot, even though it is useful for vyavahar. Correct? Now let us enter into the third and fourth mantras. In this continuation, mein, it's all Paramatma Sankalpa only. That the whole Srishti, the Jiva, everything happened. And it is his Sankalpa, Anugraha, that again moksha happens. And we as an ego have to support for our own moksha. And the Anugraha Bhagavan comes to liberate us. You and I may be right now in that stage, perhaps gone through millions of lives of utter samsara only. Then maybe from last 4 5 lives into our lives slowly. The Adhyatmikata, the moksha vishayas are entering and given to us. The I in me, instead of opposing that blessings coming, if that I, the ego or the individuality in me, supports these blessings coming to me through the gurus of listening to the truth through the Upanishads, if I, my ego supports it, it is good for that aham only, that slowly, steadily it can wean away from the upadhis and discover its oneness with that infinite Ananta Brahma aham. And for this aham only there is moksha with that. Why this point has to be specifically told? Because the untrained, uncultured egos, they say, why the Guru is calling me to this class? Why should I attend that class? That ego will stop that blessings, the negative ego. if it is opposing it. If it is supportive, that ego says, अरे thank God, पता नहीं कितने जन्म का क्या पुण्य है कि I am getting this opportunity to listen through the Upanishads about the truth. Let me listen more. Let me understand more. Isn't it? Let me spend all my resources, time only for it. Let me aim at that mastery over Bauddhika Jnana. Then, what I understand with the Buddhi that I am Brahman, I am not the Upadhyukta Jiva. Let me live life like that as sadhana for few lives, if required, or few years. Then, the desire, I must experience it. ये सब निरंतर हमारे अंदर चलते रहे. What inspires us is the stories and topics of such Jivan Mukta Mahatmas available in Purana Itihasas, Upanishads. And what demoralizes is seeing our own past life, seeing the contemporary non spiritual world, and that encourages us in that way. That's उसको दुस्संग कहते हैं जो हमें भगवान के परसूट से दूर ले जाता है by corrupting our intellect, buddhi moha kalilam, by corrupting our emotions, by tempting our sense organs, by dragging our body towards it. All of that is dussanga. And all that promotes in us the pursuit of Paramatma Tattva. You know, gives intellectual knowledge, gives emotional inspiration, encouragement, and empowers the Sharirendriyadi. All that is Satsanga. Let us become Satsangi to ourselves. Let us go to the Satsanga only. Let us not become Dussanga to ourselves. Let's not give a chance to Dussanga to pull us towards this Maik, delusory, ever enchanting, ever glittering, ever tempting, therefore ever binding word. ध्यान से सुनना इन बातों. Now let us come to the mantra sankhya 3. यत् प्रथमाध्याये चिन्त्यम इति उक्तम. That which is said in the prathama adhyaya, that chintyam tadeva prapanchayati, etadeva prapanchayati. That alone is prapanchayati, pachi vistare, prapachi prakarshena vistarena vadati shruti mata. So chintyam, what is said in second mantra, first chapter, etadeva prapanchayati. That is what is prapanchayati means expanded, explained. The details are given. Okay. Therefore, what is chintaniya? Paramatma only. Paramatma Swarupa is chintaniya. Paramatma Shakti is chintaniya. The expression of that Shakti in the form of creating the world, creating the upadhis, and Paramatma only entering it and getting bound by upadhis, now playing the role of Jiva. That also is Chintaniya. And through the Chintana only, the Jiva should burn away his identity with the upadhis. Through the Chintana only, the Jiva should recognize his oneness with the Brahman. That's called moksha. That's why Chintya. So yat prathamaadhyaye chintyam iti uktam tad etadeva prapanchayati. Contemplate, समझ लो इस बात को. Let us see a very important shloka and very elaborate, very exhaustive in its details if you want to understand. नहीं तो literal meaning समझ लो, आगे बढ़ो. Let us see what has due for us, what the Lord has kept for us. Start chanting this mantra slowly, steadily, 3 times. Om Tat Karma Krutva Vinivartya Bhuyaha Tatvasya Tatvena Sametya Yogam Ekena Dvabhyam Trivirashtabhirva Kalena Chaivatma Gunaischa Sukshmaihi. Again, Tat कर्म कृत्वा विनिवर्त्य भूयः तत्त्वस्य तत्त्वेन समेत्य योगम् एकेन द्वाभ्यां त्रिभिरष्टभिर्वा कालेन चैवात्मगुणैश्च सूक्ष्मैः अगेन तत्कर्म कृत्वा विनिवर्त्य भूयः तत्त्वस्य तत्त्वेन समेत्य योगम् एकेन द्वाभ्यां त्रिभिरष्टभिर्वा कालेन चैवात्मगुणैश्च सूक्ष्मैः. In this way, from Paramatma, through his Maya Shakti, through the Pancha Mahabhutas, the entire Jagat is Kalpita. Into that Kalpita Jagat, Paramatma entering with full mastery is Ishvara. Paramatma entering with full slavery is Jiva. You and I are now at the Jiva level. And for us, what is the thing to be done? To trace back to our origin and to get that moksha that is said in this mantra. इसमें फिर वेदांत है, योग है, भक्ति है, कर्मयोग है, सब साधनाएं आवश्यक है. सब all of them are given in this. Okay. It first in a minute only, in continuation of the earlier mantra, the ईश्वर के स्टैंड पॉइंट से हम बात देखेंगे. Thereafter, more and more we study it from us, the Baddha Jiva standpoint, from our sadhana and moksha standpoint. From Ishvara standpoint, what? Tat karma krutva. Having in this way, Lord, in his promptings, acting on the karma, the pratyap tejo nilakani, and make them the vivarta karana. And through that, he allowed the entire Rupanamatmaka Jagat to manifest. This is the summary of what is earlier mantra, summarized in this Tat Karma Krutva sentence. Then he will play that samsara, that Jagat, that Ishvara, that Jiva, that Janma Varna, Leela, as long as he doesn't get bored. Once he gets bored, like you get bored at home, then you come and sit in the class. And in the class, in 2 microseconds, you get bored. And again you go back to the world. भगवान का भी ऐसे अकेले में उनको बोर लगा ये अहम एक बहुत से हम then he became many. Now in the many also you will get bored. Like you feel akela bored, you go to your friend. Then the 10-15 minutes so excitement, enjoyment, enjoy. After that you get bored with that fellow also. Because you went to tell your glory and he is telling his glory which is more than you. Or you went to tell your problems, he has more than you. What will you feel? Boring. You run away. Here also, second portion. Tat karma krutva, I told that having manifested the world and played in it, vinivartya bhuyaha. Thereafter, having got bored, vinivartya. He retrieves back, returns back, everything. And in that effort, the entire Jagat, okay, he totally merges in the Shakti, and Shakti he merges back into himself, and he remains as one without second. That's the meaning of Vinivartya Bhuyaha, retrieving back or reverting back, Tattvasya Tattvena Sametya Yogam. Tattvasya means all the Chaturvimshati Tattvas, etc. Tattvena means with the Mula Prakriti and Mula Prakriti with the Parabrahman. Sametya Yoga means having merged them in that. And that process is said. Ekena dvabhyam trivihi ashtavihi. One became two, two became three, three became eight. Eight became many. So merge the many in eight, eight in three, three in two, two in one. In that way, ekena dvabhyam trivir ashtavirva. then kalena cha eva atmagunai cha sukshmai. So in that due time, finally the atmagunas are Satchit Ananda, which are subtler than subtlest. Into that he merges everything, then he alone remains. This is how the Parabrahma Paramatma becomes Ishvara, projects the Jagat, allows it to play, then slowly he reverts back and finally remains in his Satchit Ananda रूप. ये श्लोक में वो बताया. तत्कर्म कृत्वा विनिवर्त्य भूयः तत्त्वस्य तत्त्वेन योगं समेत्य एकेन द्वाभ्यां त्रिभिरष्टभिर्वा कालेन च एव आत्मगुणैः च सूक्ष्मैः. So in time, merging multiplicity, many into one, he remains in his own self. Okay, now the same mantra for you and I as sadhana. Plenty of things in that to study. We'll spend some 10-15 minutes tomorrow to go through. Then we study it with the Bhashyam. May it all reveal to us the clear knowledge which Shrutimata and Bhashyakara wants to give us. May it reveal to us the sadhya sadhana jnanam. May we do sadhana and reach to the sadhya. Thank you. Om 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 Om. So the introduction to this mantra has happened. Some familiarity has happened. More details we work out. ओम पूर्णमद ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you. Krishna Vasudeva. Now join Gita Adhyanam if you are interested.